Next, I will demo folder level controls. The requirement for this entails it can encrypt or decrypt at folder level. Dragging files into an encrypted folder should auto-encrypt. Dragging files outside of the encrypted folder should never decrypt. In this POC demo, I will show Bob Elliott creates and configures my folder with auto protection. IP classification is top secret and sensitivity is top secret. Bob Elliott copies PDF, docx, pptx, xlsx files into the My folder. The files are protected automatically. Bob Elliott drags the protected files from the My folder into a normal folder. The files are still protected. Bob Elliott drags the folder into My folder. All the files in the folder, including the subfolders, are protected automatically. Bob Elliott copies the folder in My folder to a normal folder. All files in the folder, including the subfolders, are protected with the NXL extension. I log into SkyDRM desktop application as Bob Elliott. In my local drive, I have already configured the MySkyDRM folder with auto protection. Let's go into the folder. There are currently no files within this folder. Now let's go to another folder called Normal Folder, where I have already prepared 4 normal files that are a PDF, Office documents, and CML files. I will drag and drop these 4 files from the normal folder into the MySkyDRM folder. After the files have been dropped into the MySkyDRM folder, the 4 files are automatically protected. While you do not see the NXL extension, you can see the small check mark in the corner, which indicates the files have been protected by SkyDRM. Let's drag and drop these documents outside of the MySkyDRM folder into a normal folder. You can see after the files have been moved outside of the MySkyDRM folder into a normal folder, the files continue to be protected, which can also be seen by the NXL extension. Let's view the permissions on one of these files. On this file, I have view rights. In this other file, you can see I also have view rights. Let's open it. Let's try to drag the folder into the MySkyDRM folder. I have prepared a folder called Samples. This folder contains some files and a subfolder called Sub1. And Sub1 contains some files and a folder called Sub2. And within this folder, there are some documents. Let's try to drag this Samples folder into the MySkyDRM folder. After I drag the Samples folder into the MySkyDRM folder, all the folders and all the files that were in the Samples folder have been automatically protected. You can see these have been protected. And as we go to the folder Sub1, the files are protected. If we go to folder Sub2, all the files are protected. Let's copy the Samples folder that is in the MySkyDRM folder into a normal folder. Let's check the files in this folder. You can see all the files in the Samples folder are protected. In the folder Sub1, the files are also protected. In the folder Sub2, all the files are protected as well. Let's check the permissions on one of these files. The user has view permissions on this document. Let's try to open this. I can open this file directly with the Word application. This concludes the folder level controls demo.